Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to our latest session of Shiny 3D webinars. This webinars, well, you already see the title, would be about the EXModel Pro. Um, we were talking about, I'll giving you a short tutorial for this EXModel Pro software. What it does, as you can see from the title, what does is it provide a seamless convert uh, from 3D scans to to a CAD data. Okay, so this is actually a reverse engineering software. Okay, and sorry, I haven't introduced myself. I'm Lee Hao. I'm an application engineer from Shining 3D, and I believe some of you might already know me because I have did a lot of webinars before, and long time no see. Let's get it started. Okay. So for today's webinars, there are going to be generally two topics. The first one would be a general introduction of this software, including what it does, how to access it, how to activate the software, what is the UI, what the user interface looks like, where you can find all the functions, things like that. I'm also going to cover some of the useful settings for the software. And for the second part of this webinar, we will talk about reverse engineering process in this software. We'll use three different models, which kind of almost cover all the different features or functions that you might need to use during the reverse engineering. We'll talk some basic features like how to extract primitives. Features like planes, uh, cylinders, things like that. How you construct a sketch, 2D sketch. How to do extrusion, revolving, things like that. For the basic features. For the control surface, I'll show you some useful functions to patch a free surface onto the model. Then we have a one-click solution for organic parts like statues, human bodies, whatever, um, that you can not really do a cat out of it. Will give you a solution to um, make a NURB surface automatically. All right. Now let's get it started. The first part, a general introduction. Okay. I guess the first question you will ask is what is this software do? Okay. Uh, Generally speaking, it's a reverse engineering software. It's a powerful bridge simplifying CAD modeling from 3D scans to manufacturing. So what it takes is you put in 3D scan data, hopefully from our scanners, and you process it with EXModel Pro, and you can get a CAD as an output. The data format can be IGS, STEP, or if you want, it's also possible to directly convert everything into SolidWorks. If you use SolidWorks by yourself, uh, when saying everything, I mean it's including the history of the modeling, the feature tree, everything. Okay. Now, as you may see on the screen already, there are actually two different versions, basic version and pro version. The basic version, what it does is it provides 3D CAD, 3D scan mesh data processing, fill holes, clean up, um, mesh editings, remesh, of course, and it's possible to do the one-click surface generation for organic parts. It's possible to extract unnecessary elements of the mesh um, so that you can output and use them in your own CAD software. Um, you can do things like making a sketch or making some basic features like planes, cylinders, something like that, then put them all into an IGS file and open that in your own CAD software, like SolidWorks or whatever. And you can open it and do your modeling on your own CAD software later. And then for the Pro version, not only with all the basic version functions, you can also do a lot of useful modeling functions um, based on the features that you had. You're able to do extrusions, pattern, um, revolving, of course, and a lot of surface editing functions are available in the Pro version. So it's like an all-in-one reverse engineering solution. That's just a one step. You don't need extra software if you need to do the reverse engineering. With EXModel Pro, it's possible. Okay. Now let's take a look of the access of this software. First of all, um, if you haven't installed it, you may already notice that in our scan software, for the newest HX software and FreeScan software, you're already able to see a button on the top. See this logo, EXModel. If you click on it, it will bring up uh, a window that guides you to get a free trial, or if you already purchased the license, it will guide you to um, the place where you can download the software. The software is, well, if you fill out a short, how to say, information collection form, you can actually apply for a 3D trial. So you can try by yourself, see if it suits your works. Okay. And once it's installed, it's actually possible to directly transfer the data to uh, to this EXModel software from the um, from the scan software. And of course, you can open it individually and load in the scan data as well. And the software is working based on the activation code system. So you have a license key. Usually, if the computer where the software is installed is connected to the internet and you have tokens, the license key uh, provided by us or by our distributor, you can simply just enter the activation token into the license key area, then press activate. It will do the online activation automatically. It's also possible to do offline activation if you don't have internet connections, but I recommend you to check the instructions. It's possible to access uh, on our website. So, okay. And this is the general layout. You have object tree. You have the modeling history. It's similar to the CAD software. You have a toolbar and ribbon bars. The structure is like your Microsoft Word or Excel. It's a ribbon bar function structures. In the middle, you have the 3D view, and you also have the 3D navigation cube on the corner. At the bottom, you have some tips about how to operate shortcuts. Now let's take a look at the software. So here what we have is the scan software. You notice that there is one button that says EXModel on the top. Uh, you can just directly click it and it will bring up the EXModel Pro software and import this model. It's also possible to access here on the right. export mesh for design. If you click it, it will bring up the EXModel Pro software and it will put in the CAD model directly. Now, as I already mentioned, this is our user interface. One very useful information is that under settings, if you bring up options, you can actually change the mouse button setup. If you go to Shining 3D, actually you see that all the manipulation of the um, view can be changed. All right, so you can, based on your own purpose, change it. And there's also other things you can manipulate, like top view is the plus direction or the positive direction of the y-axis. Depends on you. You can decide. There's all other display you can change, of course. All right. And the activation is also at the setting tab. If you click on it, you can do the activation. Okay. And you can also change the display unit here. If you finished with the model and you want to go back to the scan software, or if you feel like the scan data is not complete and you want to add more to rescan the object, you can click on the top to go back to the scan software. Of course, if you want to save or not. Now let's go back right back to the FreeScan UE Pro again. Now we have introduced generally about the software. The next step, next part, we will talk about the reverse engineering process in our EXModel software. We will use these three different models um, to show you some basic features about all these, how to construct all these models to reverse engineer them in EXModel Pro. All right, so let's start with the first basic feature part. In this part, we will show you the process to fully reverse engineering this model. We will use functions including extract main primitives, like the base of it, cylinders. Then we will align the data to the work coordinate system because they used to be floating around in the coordinate system because it's a scan data. Then we'll extract more primitives and talking slightly about the constraints about those primitives. We will do a trim of all the surface to form a solid body. Then we'll do some 2D sketch to adding more features. How to add this sketch, how to trim the corner in the sketch, how can we do extrusions based on the sketch, and that's it. So let's go to the software. Okay, so now here we have the scan data. Actually not. If you have the EXModel Pro already installed, or if you want to practice in the future, after you install it and activate it, you can go to the Help tab, and here you can find something called Examples. And it's actually all the models that we use in this tutorials, in this webinar, will be included in all the examples. Basically, you go to Examples, click on the basic part, and it will bring up the basic part that we need to use here, like this one. Now, so far it's just a scan mesh, and it might not be perfect because there's some holes or whatever, but overall it's okay for reverse engineering. So let's continue. like I said, to do the reverse engineering, usually the first step you want to do is to extract the main primitive. The how to say the main primitive for different models might be different. It varies from type to type. Usually, the one important thing for parts like this, which is part of a revolving part, is to get the main cylinder. Okay, so what you want to do is you go to extract primitives on the top in the main window, click on it, then you can uh, use the first magic wand functions and click on the cylinder surface. You see that it actually automatically select the cylinder area based on the curvature. You can also adjust the drag strands um, so that you can ignore some of the variance on the surface. And then we can choose fit cylinders through the selected triangles, or you can click on here as well. It works the same. All right. You probably don't need it to be a solid, so you can uncheck here like this. And you can click on create and stay. So this will prevent you from getting out of the function. The next thing, we're gonna get the bottom as well. This is also a very important features for most of parts like this. Or if you scan your mouse, I guess the most important basic feature is the base of your mouse as well. So let's fit the cylinder. No, sorry. Let's fit a plane onto it. You see that it's not a perfect fit because it's here we open the auto constraint, which makes the bottom surface perpendicular to the cylinder that's reconstructed. That's actually something we want because we want to make sure um, all the features when we do reverse engineering, we want to make sure they have constraints in between all those functions, all those features. Create and stay. Okay, and we need the third thing, which is the direction of this parts. We can actually use this plane on the side, fit to plane again, and now we can click on create. This will be the end of this functions. Okay, so this is how you can extract features easily. Now we have the three base functions. Normally you need three to fully constrain a model, but for some parts, for example, if you are trying to align scan the mouse, you probably don't have three. Two or one also works. Now let's align the data. We go to the align by coordinate system first. You can find the function on the top here, align by coordinate system. Now click into it. It will bring up this dialog window. You see that there are three features that you can put in. They actually has a sequence here. The primary features um, will give you more control of the 6 degree of freedoms because when you put in three features, they may have conflict, and the primary feature has the most weight on this. The secondary feature could be our bottom plane. Then the third one is the side plane, which gives us the direction.